start?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane He Guru Jnanada Dinabandho Swananda Data Gurunaika Sindho Vrindavanasina Hitavatara Prasidha Radha Pranaya Pachara Namashishtamanumaphi Sachiputramatra Sarupam Rupam Tasyagajamurupurim Matarim Gushtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Maho Radhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Guru Tam Natusmi Tam Gopika Visharavestanayante Kesi Sevadikarini Guru Nijapada Padme Dasyam Padaya Gurumam Vrajakananishi Radhangri Sevanarase Sukhinim Sukhabdam Radha Sammukha Sangsaktim Saki Sanghani Vasanim Tamaham Satatam Bande Madhavashaya Vigraham Ajanulambita Bhujo Kanaka Vidhatu Sankirtanaika Pitaro Kamalaya Taksho Vishambaro Dujabaro Jugadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakuru Karuna Vataro Vande Nanta Advaitashayam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nichopi Yat Prasada Sad Bhakti Shastra Pavartaka Nityanandam Maham Nomi Sarvananda Karam Param Harinama Padam Devam Avaduta Shiromanim Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pancha Kopata Vishta Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. His name is Ananta Krishna Prabhu. Ananda Krishna Prabhu. He's the organizer.
No. Namrup Prabhu.
Or Krishnananda.
Krishnananda Prabhu. Krishnanamananda Prabhu is
Oh, Krishnanamananda, correct. I've forgotten his name. Anyway, Krishnanamananda Prabhu asked me to speak something about Lord Balaram. His appearance day doesn't occur for almost a month, but we agreed that this would be a good topic. So before beginning, we can offer, there's some beautiful verses glorifying Lord Balaram that describe his quality and pastimes. So we can read those. Namaste to Halagrama, Namaste Mushala Yuda, Namaste Ravati Kanta, Namaste Bhaktavatsala. Obeisances to you, O holder of the plow. Obeisances to you, O wielder of the mace. Obeisances to you, O beloved of Revati. Obeisances to you, who are very kind to your devotees. Namaste Balinam Shrestha, Namaste Dharani Dhara, Pralambare Namastute, Trahimam Krishna Purvaja. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Balaram, the best of the strong and the support of the earth. Obeisances unto you, O enemy of Pralamba. Please deliver me, O elder brother of Krishna. So when we discuss Leela, we should understand Leela side by side with Tattva. In other words, if we hear, for example, Krishna's lifting Govardhan Hill, and we explain that, we try and explain that to someone who has an interest. And they say Krishna, when he was 7 years old, lifted Govardhan Hill. The non-devotee person, when he hears such a thing, will think this is simply mythology. It is a myth. It is a fairy tale. 7-year-old boys do not lift mountains and hold them on the little finger of their left hand. This is impossible. It contradicts the laws of nature. It contradicts scientific properties of physics. Little boys don't lift mountains. But we should understand who is that little boy, and this is Tattva. Leela means Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill. Tattva means who is that boy? What is his character? What is his identity? So in this discussion also, we should understand who is Lord Balaram. Balaram is not different from Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna's first expansion. Krishna is Swayam Rup, Bhagavan, and his very first expansion is Balaram. Non-different. The only difference, Srila Prabhupada explains, is their color. Krishna is Sham Sundar, Mega Sham, beautiful blackish color, Sham Sundar, and Balaram is whitish, like the foam of milk, like crystal, like the moon. These descriptions, these analogies are given to understand Lord Balaram's coloring. What is his color? So in Tattva, Balaram is God himself, but in Leela, emotionally, he experiences himself primarily as Krishna's friend. They're beloved brothers, and in Leela, they're brothers, both sons of Vasudeva. Balaram first appeared in the womb of Devaki and was transferred to the womb of Rohini. So Rohini and Devaki are both wives of Vasudeva. Rohini gave birth to Balaram prior to Lord Krishna's appearance. He's Vasudeva, we read here, Krishna Purvaja, who appeared prior to Krishna, and Krishna is known as Ramanuja, who appeared after Rama or Balaram. So in Leela, he appears before Krishna, and he's Krishna's brother, or we can say half-brother. I don't know if people really make much of a distinction between full brothers and half-brothers, but they are beloved brothers, friends in Sakhya Ras. Sakhya Ras means in the mood of brotherly love, fraternal love. And wherever Krishna goes, Balaram accompanies him. When Krishna appeared in Rama avatar, then his brother appeared with him. Lakshman appeared as his brother. In Gaur Leela, when Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya, he is Krishna himself. Radha Bhava Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. He's Krishna Swarup. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Rup Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's not an incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Krishna himself, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom every other avatar flows. So Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who accompanied him? Nityananda. Rajendra Nandana say Sachi Sutta Harlo say Balaram Harlo Nitai. That Balaram became Nitai in Gaur Leela. He became Lakshman in Ram Leela. And in Krishna Leela, he's Balaram. Same personality accompanies Krishna wherever he goes. So his Sakhya Ras or his Sakhya Rati is also bundled. We can say we can use this term as bundled with Dasya and Vatsalya simultaneously. Vatsalya Rati means in the mood of parental love. So Balaram is the big brother. It's a nice story. Prabhupada, we see at Krishna Balaram Mandir that Balaram is leaning on the shoulder of Krishna. So Prabhupada asks the devotees, who is stronger, Balaram or Krishna? So devotee said, we don't know, Srila Prabhupada, tell us. He said, Krishna is stronger because Balaram is leaning on him. But in this Leela, Balaram also is very protective of his little brother. This is his Vatsalya Prem, his love for Krishna in the mood of Vatsalya Rati, of parental mood, like a father would have. So the elder son will also have mood of protecting the little brother. So he has this Rati, but also Dasya Rati. When Krishna lies down to take rest after a long day of playing and cowherding, then Balaram will massage Krishna's feet, massage his legs, or he'll take a large lotus leaf, like a lotus pad, and take that and fan Krishna, create a cooling breeze for Krishna's pleasure. The cowherd boys are serving Krishna in this way, fanning him, massaging him, decorating his body with colored chalk, decorating his hair with flowers, braiding his hair, fixing his hair, fanning him, seeing to his needs and comfort. This is all Sakyarati, the wonderful fraternal love of Krishna with his gopas in Vrindavan. So Balaram is a main player in that Leela. But who is he? This is difficult for the conditioned mind to for us to wrap our mind around. Like, who is Balaram? He's Krishna. He's Krishna himself. So Brahma Samhita says, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita Vistabhya Eja Nija Rupataya Kalabi Goloka Eva Nivasikti Akilatma Bhuta Govinda Mari Purusham Tambaham Bhajami. And Krishna expands himself. In many ways, he expands himself as all the gopikas. He expands himself as all the cowherd boys. He expands himself as Brahma. He's the same personality. He's simultaneously one with them and different also. If they're not different, then where is the question of Leela? Because Krishna and Balaram also argue with each other. Krishna was accused by Balaram and all the other cowherd boys. They lodged a complaint with Mother Yashoda that your son, Gopal, has eaten dirt. He's been eating this clay of Braj. And Mother Yashoda thought, no, it is not possible. I feed him very nicely. He's not eating. And Balarama says, yes, he's eating. And Krishna entreated Mother Yashoda. But Balarama is just making politics. They're all lying. I have not eaten dirt. So Yashoda Maya said, Krishna, open your mouth. So when Krishna opened his mouth, what did he see? What did she see? Entire Brahmanda within the mouth of Krishna, the mouth of Gopal, thus diminishing Yashoda Maya's Vatsalya Prem. Because how can she think of him as her son when the whole universe is situated with, she's seeing herself also within the whole universe, the mouth of Krishna, that here is God, the Supreme Lord. How can she love him and chastise him even as her son? So these different rasas all exist in Braj Leela because Krishna derives pleasure from them. He expands himself. One becomes Eko Bahu Sham, that one becomes many for the purpose of Leela, to enjoy Leela, to enjoy loving relationships, variety. We say in English, variety is the spice of life. So it's not that God is simply an old man sitting on a cloud somewhere, playing a harp, eating milk and honey. This is such a crippled understanding of God. And even understanding God as the Lord of Vaikuntha, Vaikuntapati, Vaikuntanath, is very crippled understand. And Chaitanya Charitamrita uses this very word, Sankuchita. Sankuchita means crippled. That seeing God in our Swarja Bhav as the Supreme Lord of Vaikuntha, Vaikuntanath, Lakshmipati, Golokapati, seeing him as the Supreme Omnipotent Lord, the Master, Param Brahma, Parameshwar, seeing him as the Supreme Controller, Jagadishwar, seeing him in this way cripples this intimate relationship that the Brajvasis enjoy with Krishna. The cowherd boys, headed by Balaram, have this, I don't recall the Sanskrit term, but there's a term that means the Samanya Rati, something, that they see Krishna as their equal. They don't see him as God. They see him as their equal. And Chaitanya Charitamrita describes how they even challenge Krishna. They challenge Krishna. That Krishna, you think you're so great? You think you're so strong? I'm stronger than you. Come on, let's wrestle. And Subal is wrestling with Krishna and pinning him to the ground. And Krishna is enjoying like anything. He's enjoying like anything. In this mood of just being one of the boys. And this is how they see Krishna. They love Krishna. Heart and soul, they love Krishna. But in Leela, he's just one of the boys. In Tattva, who is he? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anade Radha Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. He's the cause of all causes. He's the origin of everything. And he has no origin. He's God, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Aham Sarvasya Bhavavo Matas Sarvam Pavatati. Iti Matva Bhajanti Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Someone who understands that they worship him. The cowherd boys are worshiping him in this mood of intimate friendship. And this is Balaram, Krishna's older brother. And this is extraordinary Leela. And this is our objective in Krishna Bhakti. Why are we practicing sadhana? Why do we sacrifice, get up in the morning when we could sleep? Why do we control our senses when we could indulge our senses? Why do we chant holy name? Why do we donate? Why do we attend arati? Why do we teach? Why do we distribute books? Why do we do all of these things? What is our objective? Our objective, our prayojana, is to enter this lila with Krishna. And one of 5, we can say 3 primary rasas for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, 3 primary rasas, in Sakya ras, and Vatsalya ras, and Madhurya ras. These higher intimate relationships with the Lord, where we don't see him as God. We see him as our lover, as our son. Nanda Maharaj they tried to convince Nanda Maharaj that your son Krishna is extraordinary. Maybe he's a demigod. Maybe he's the supreme personality of Godhead. But what did Nanda Maharaj say? He said, no. He is my son. He is my son. He is my son. This is Nanda Maharaj's Vatsalya Prem. He can't see Krishna as God. Yogamaya Samavrita, his word, my Lord's Yogamaya. So he thinks Krishna is my son, my beloved son. And this is the most intimate mood, the highest objective in Krishna Bhakti, to enter and to participate in that lila, to be a participant in Krishna lila. And for this reason, we accept the process of sadhana. So Krishna has many different forms. Srila Rupa Goswami explains in Lagu Bhagavatamrita that Balaram is categorized, technically the word is Vaibhav Prakash, and he's the immediate expansion of Krishna. Krishna is 2-armed, flute-bearing cowherd, Gopal Krishna. He's Swayamrup Bhagavan, the original form of Godhead. Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Indrari Rakyalam Lokam Hridayanti Bhagavatam describes. Krishna Stu Bhagavan, he's Bhagavan Swayam, original personality of Godhead. Swayamrup Bhagavan. Anadir Adir Govind. He has no origin, but his first expansion is Balaram. And for the sake of Leela, sometimes Swayamrup Krishna expands into replica forms of himself. Now, Balaram is a replica form of himself, but he has a different mood. What distinguishes Balaram from Prabhav Prakash and Vilas Prakash is the different mood. Balaram he's Krishna, but in the mood of a brother. Krishna also expands himself as Prabhav Prakash, like in Ras Leela, or when he sits with the Gopas. When the Gopas sit together and take lunch, Krishna sits in the center and they all open their tiffin. And they're all enjoying delicious food, kachoris, samosa, pakora, halava, rasgulla, ladu, cham-cham, burfi, shrikand, puri, rice, dal, sabji. Huge feast they're having. And they're pushing food into each other's mouth. Krishna's taking food from his devotee's plate. And they're taking food from Krishna's plate. Krishna's ready to eat bundi laddu, and devotee may snatch that from Krishna. No, I'm going to eat that. This is the intimacy of Krishna bhakti and that is possible for us. So when Krishna is sitting surrounded by lakhs of cowherd boys, everyone sees him face to face. In this world, if one of us sits in the middle of a circle, if we're surrounded by people sitting, someone will see your back and someone will see your front. But when the Gopas sit with Krishna and Balaram, they're seeing Krishna eye to eye and face to face, and they're feeling like Krishna's feeding me. Krishna's pushing food in my mouth alone. Just like in Ras Leela. When Krishna does Ras Leela, each gopi is thinking, Krishna is dancing with me alone. So this is Prabhav Prakash. Same mood. He's in his own expansion. Krishna expands himself as all the Krishnas to dance with each and every gopi. The mood is the same. Balaram is immediate expansion, but his mood is different from Krishna. His mood is that of friendly competition, friendly brotherhood, friendly laughing and joking. So Leelas require different emotional content. And that such expansions are called Vaibhav Prakash. So Balaram is Vaibhav Prakash, has a different mood than Krishna's Prabhav Prakash, where Krishna expands himself to be with the cowherd boys. Krishna expands himself to be with the gopis. But they're in Leela, they're both sons of Vasudeva, Rohini and Devaki. Now I found a very beautiful description of Balaram's beauty. So I want to read that for our relishing. Balaram's beauty knows no bounds. His feet are soft like lotuses. The hands of his long, strong arms reach to his knees. His broad chest is garlanded with gunjamala. This is one thing I'd like to mention. Gunjamala means this red and black and white beads we find in Vrindavan. This Gunjamala was given by Raghunath Das, given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Govardhan Shila to Raghunath Das. Gunja also means small conch shell. The Gunjamala means these beads, this string of these beads represents Srimati Radharani. And it's worn by the residents of Vrindavan. Also be careful, they're very poisonous. Don't bring them home and let your kids play with Gunjamala, because those seeds are very poisonous. So Balaram, his broad chest is garlanded with a Gunjamala, and his dark hair is tied in a topknot, circled with a bounty of forest flowers. His complexion is clear and white, like reflective moonlight. He is Bhagawan, of a friendly frame of mind. He sometimes serves, while at other times he is concerned of how his younger brother behaves. Sages call him Baldev, mighty, witty, wise, and well-dressed in midnight blue. He wears a tilak made of musk, dark in hue. His single earring kisses his cheek, and the lotus circles, and a lotus circled by bees decorates his ear. O Balaram, a voice deep in tone, when will I hear your call to serve the sound of your buffalo horn? So Balaram is in this Leela as a cowherd boy, as a gopa, cow herding, taking care of 9 lakhs of cows. Nanda Maharaj gives the boys at Gopashtami, they graduate, they graduate from taking care of the calves, and they become the cowherds of all Nanda Maharaj's 9 lakhs of cows. So one may ask, the scientific mind may ask, let me calculate. 1 cow, a full ground cow, occupies so many square meters of space, multiplied by 9 lakhs. How they all fit in Vrindavan? In Leela, 9 lakhs of cows can fit on the head of a pin. On the head of a pin. And Krishna is participating. We should not impose our conception of time and space and mass and volume on the Leela of the Lord. So when Krishna goes cowherding with Balaram, 9 lakhs of cows accompany them, and they carry buffalo horn, and they're blowing their buffalo horns. They carry rope for tying cows. They carry cowherding stick. They carry their lunch bag. And when they leave, Prabhupada explains in Krishna book, sometimes they're stealing Krishna's lunch. This is the laughing and joking and teasing mood of the gopas. They'll steal Krishna's lunch, and when Krishna goes to retrieve it from the boy who stole it, the boy will pass it to a 3rd boy and to a 4th, so Krishna can't even get his own lunch. These are the laughing, eternal laughing and joking, joyful pastimes on Vrindavan. That is our birthright. That is our objective in life, that we can enter these pastimes in Madhurya Ras, in Vatsalya Ras, as one of the part of the entourage of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. We can enter into Sakhya Ras with Balaram, Sridham, Sudam, Subal, Patrak, Ratak, Madhu Mangal, all these hundreds of thousands of cowherd boys that love Krishna as their heart and soul. So it's a nice story. Also, a disciple once told Srila Prabhupada, he was very concerned back in the early days that he was having a lot of headaches. So Prabhupada advised him how to solve the situation. He asked Prabhupada, what should I do, Srila Prabhupada? And Prabhupada gave him a disarmingly simple answer. He said, go to the temple, go before Balaram and tell him your problem. Ask him for help. Go to Balaram. He's there. And in this temple, Krishna Balaram temple, Krishna and Balaram are so present. Radhe and Shyam, Radharani and Shyam Sundar are so present. You stand in front of them. Anyone who's been there knows. You stand in front of them for darshan, and you're not seeing a deity of Krishna. Here is Krishna, personally present, eye to eye and face to face. So Prabhupada instructed this devotee, you go in front of Balaram, and you ask Balaram, you please, I have this headache. It's a distraction from my devotional service. I'm overwhelmed by the pain of this headache. I can't think of you. Please help me. So in a few days, everything was done. He explained the difficulty he was facing, and Balaram blessed him, became free from everything. So we'll go back to Tattva a little bit. In Bhagavat, Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Rupa Goswami's Laghu Bhagavatamrita, there's much confidential information described, technical information described about different avatars. And in Srimad Bhagavatam also, in the third chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna and Balaram are described as the 19th and 20th incarnations who appeared as Balaram and Krishna of the Yadu dynasty, and they removed the burden of the world. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya tudushkritam dharma sanstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna Balaram removed, it appeared in the Yadu dynasty, and they removed the burden of the world by killing the demons, paritranaya sadhunam, protecting the devotees, and vinashaya tudushkritam. So someone may ask, why God has to come? To destroy the demons? What is his main mission? To destroy the demons? He can lift his eyebrow, and millions of Ravanas, millions of Kansas, of Dantavakras are finished in an instant. He doesn't have to come personally. The real reason, why does Krishna and Balaram come? What is the real reason? Paritranaya sadhana, to bless the devotees, to attract devotees to his world, to his Leela, to show what is going on in the kingdom of God in Goloka. Krishna has his Goloka Leela, his eternal Leela, and his Naimitika Leela. That means Bhoma Leela, his temporary Leela. His Leela here in the material world is temporary. Janma karma chame dib evam yovitita. We understand this. Krishna's Leela, how he comes to this world, he performs his Leela, then he disappears. He goes to another Brahmanda. So his appearance here is Bhauma Leela, where Krishna comes and he kills the demons. In Goloka, there's no demons. Krishna's not killing demons in Goloka. This is his Naimitaka Leela, temporary Leela of killing demons. He comes, he kills the demons, and he goes. But what is his real business? Is to paritranaya sadhanam, to bless the devotees, to exhibit his loving pastimes, his intimate pastimes with gopis, his intimate pastimes with cowherd boys, with Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda is holding Krishna to her own breast and feeding Krishna from her own breast. And this we'll be remembering soon when Kartik comes, this beautiful Kartik Leela, where devotees pray, Varam Deva Moksham Namoksha Badhimva, that I don't even want to go to Vaikuntha. I'm not interested. Vaikuntha, Loka, the mood of Aisvarja and getting a four-armed form like the Lord. In the spiritual world, well and good, but it doesn't compare to this Manasyavyarastam, Kimanyai. Devotee said, Kimanyai, but what other thing do I want? I don't want any other thing. I only want to go to you, to be with you, to remember you, to please you. This is bhakti. We're not business persons. In some religions, they pray to God for liberation. Forgive us our sins. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us to the spiritual world. They want God to increase the quality of their sense gratification. They can understand this material world is a place of suffering. So they pray to God, deliver me to your kingdom so I can enjoy a higher standard of suffering. This is not bhakti. We want to serve Krishna and make Krishna happy. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhaktir ahaituki tvayi. That we serve the Lord with ahaituki bhakti. Unmotivated, uninterrupted bhakti. with no strings attached. That I'm serving you, but I expect some beneficial result. Beneficial result is bound to come. But that's not why we serve Krishna. We serve Krishna and try and please Radha Krishna because it's Radha Krishna. It's what we are. It's what we're created to be. We're expansions of Krishna to give him pleasure. So we're not salvationists, that we do business. We're not baniyas, baniks. Prahlad Maharaj said, don't be banik with the Lord. Don't make a deal. I'll serve you if you forgive me of my sins and take me to the spiritual world. Then you're my Lord. But devotee prays, Mama Janmini Janmini Shware. Give me repeated birth and death, repeated suffering in the material world. I'm your devotee. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that what is my greatest happiness? Said my greatest happiness is to accept that standard of distress that gives Krishna happiness. If I'm distressed and Krishna is happy by that distress, that is my greatest happiness. We're not baniyas doing business with Krishna, wanting liberation in exchange for our bhakti. So we should understand this very clearly. So Krishna Balaram are described in Srimad Bhagavatam, 19th and 20th incarnations. Their father is Vasudeva. Balaram appeared in the wombs of two mothers, first in the womb of Devaki, and then transferred by Yogamaya into the womb of Rohini. Born before Krishna's complexion is like rain cloud. Balaram is like camphor, like moonlight, like crystal, like foam on milk. Beautiful white body. And who is Balaram also? In Leela, we heard that Dharani Dara. We read this mantra. Dharani Dara means he's upholding the earth. What to speak of earth? Millions of universes are sitting like grains of dust on the head of Sankarshan. Adi Shesh, Lord Shesh. Millions of universes are situated on the head of, and they're nothing to him. Millions of universes. We can't calculate what is the mass of the
It's frozen. Yes, Prabhu. Continue.
Okay, sorry about that. Welcome to internet. Welcome to internet in India. It's a constant battle with my internet provider. Anyway, so this is the power of Lord Balaram. So there's some nice stories about Balaram also. Balaram is famous for killing demons. Balaram killed 4 demons. Anybody remember who they were? Can anyone say all 4 demons?
Dhenukashur is one of them.
Yes, Dhenukasura. Who else?
Pralambashur?
Pralambasura. 2 more.
Devi the gorilla.
Yes, Davida Gorilla, and 1 more. Anybody remember? Starts with a B.
Bakasur?
No, Balvala. Balvala was killed by Balaram.
Oh, okay.
So mostly we hear about Dhenukasura and Pralambasura. Now we read in Bhagavatam, we recite every day, Nashta Prayeshu Baddeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. That Nashta Prayeshu, it means that by hearing Krishna Leela, all anarthas are almost destroyed, not completely destroyed. So Balaram Leela, our meditation on Balaram Leela and our meditation on the mercy of Lord Balaram is meant to to cross over that last remnant, that prayeshu element in our spiritual life, to become completely free from anarthas. So Bhaktivinoda explains in Sri Chaitanya Sikshamrita, quote, there are demons killed by Sri Baladev, but the contaminations they represent have to be removed by dint of the devotee's own endeavors. This is one of the secret mysteries of Braj Bhakti that we read today in Bhagavatam class. This verse, Shandatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtan Hridyantasto Abhadrani Vidunoti Suratatam, that by hearing about Krishna, that all abhadreshu, all inauspicious things within our heart are destroyed almost to nil. So hearing about Balaram and taking mercy from Balaram helps us finish that last remnant of attachment and speck of dirt in our heart by the mercy of Balaram. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions that Dhenuka Sura, if we remember the Leela, Dhenuka is the ass demon. And the cowherd boys, they're simply enjoying in Braj, wandering. Yamuna Tira Banachari, going from one forest to another, having pastimes, enjoying, eating, laughing, wrestling, sporting, decorating themselves. And they came to a Talavan, and the fragrance of the tall fruit was so intoxicated. They entreated Krishna Balaram, let us go and enjoy this tall fruit. Can't you smell this delicious fragrance coming? Let us go enjoy this tall fruit. But they were informed that one demon, Dhenuka, and his associates have inhabited that forest, and anyone who tries to go there and enjoy the tall fruit is attacked by these ass demons, Dhenuka Asura. Dhenuka Asura is also associate of Kansa, who was born just to give trouble to Krishna. But this we can also understand, just like in Ram Leela. What is Ram Leela without Ravana? There's no Leela. There's no Ramayan without Ravana. So Ravana is the person who precipitates all Ram Leela. So these demons in Krishna Leela, in his Bhoma Leela, precipitates Krishna's Leela, killing, because Krishna loves to kill demons. He's famous for killing demons. Prabhupada said one time that the demons come to challenge Krishna just to give Krishna some sporting activity and keep his, Prabhupada said, quote unquote, to keep his body fit. He said, just like a very rich man will hire a wrestler, hire a strong man to wrestle him, because no one wants to wrestle with the king. So he'll hire somebody to give the king some enjoyment of wrestling. So demons come to give Krishna some happiness, to fight with the demons. So the cowherd boys in Krishna, being intoxicated by the smell, said, let us go and enjoy the tall fruit. And they came and they began to shake the trees. And when the sound of the falling fruits echoed throughout the forest, Dhenuka Sura and all the ass demons came and they kicked Balaram right in the chest. Try and understand. Who is this demon? He's nothing. He's not even a speck of dust. Sankarshan, Adi Shesha, Lord Shesha is holding universes on his head. And what is a little demon, a little ass demon kicking him with his hind legs? Nothing. So no problem. So Balaram grabbed him by his hind legs and whirled him around. In the process of whirling around, the demon died, and they threw them in the tops of the trees. And one after another, the demons came, attacked Krishna Balaram, and they simply whirled them around and threw them in the tops of the trees, creating a panoramic scene of the demons draped on the tops of the tall fruit and coconut trees. So this is Dhenuka, and he represents something. Dhenuka represents the bad mentality of carrying heavy loads. So we should look at that in our own life also. How much heavy load are we carrying in our life? Are we over endeavoring just to create income, to create prosperity, to create position in life that will all be destroyed at the last breath? What can you take with you? Can you take your bank balance? Can you take your position? Can you show your bank statement to Yamaraj when he comes calling? Hey, Yamaraj, check it out. Check my bank statement. I'm crorepati. What will Yamaraj say? So sorry, chaliye. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. None of our accomplishments of this world, in the world, can help us at the time of death. Who is our friend at the time of death? Is our punya. What we've given to Krishna, what we've taken, how we've served, how we've sacrificed, how we've served Vaishnavas, how we've promoted the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These things are our friend at the time of death. Not our bank statement, not our educational certificate, not even your family, your home, your car, your bank balance. It's all ripped away at the time of death. So what is our asset at the time of death? Our relationship with Krishna. So are we carrying a heavy load? How heavy a load shall we carry? We should, as our life progresses, in the latter years of our life, we should relieve ourselves of the burden of the heavy load of accumulation of things, of gadgets, of accounts, of stock accounts and bank balances and properties. We should relieve ourselves of those things because we can't take them with us. They should be used in the service of the Lord. So the ass-like mentality of carrying heavy loads is represented by Dhenukasura. And gross materialistic intelligence, ignorance of spiritual knowledge, Dhenukasura causes complete and total ignorance of one's eternal identity. It also stimulates foolish misconceptions about the eternal nature of the holy name of the Lord. Plus, it misdirects one's with delusions about what is actually worshipable. And we can say similarly, what is actually valuable. This is the mentality of the ass demon. Because they're simply, Prabhupada noted that what is an ass doing? He's carrying big, we see them in India, little tiny donkeys loaded to the sky with huge loads of wood or laundry. And why do they think they're working? Oh, my master's giving me some grass. But the foolish donkey doesn't know there's grass growing on either side of the road you can eat very nicely. But he can't understand why he should continue to, why he has become such a slave to his master. So this is the donkey mentality, the ass mentality, the load-carrying mentality that is represented by Dhenukasura. So we should kill this Dhenukasura in our consciousness by the mercy of Balaram. So the other, and also it's significant that Balaram had to kill Dhenukasura. Krishna couldn't kill him because, and it's explained in Garga Samhita that in his previous life, this Shahasika was a Muni and he offended Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni was enjoying life and this person, Sahasika, was disturbing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni cursed him, you become an ass, you become a donkey. So he took birth as a donkey, enemy of the Lord. But blessing, a curse of a devotee, even Durvasa, is also a blessing in disguise because he was killed by Balaram. But Krishna couldn't kill him because he was a member of the family of Prahlad Maharaj. And Krishna, after he killed the Shingadev, he told Prahlad, I'll never kill anyone else in your family. So because this person was a member of the dynasty of Prahlad Maharaj, Balaram had to kill him and he couldn't be killed by Krishna. So Pralambasura represents lust for the company of the opposite sex, as well as a desire for profit, adoration, and distinction. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, lusty attractions for the opposite sex, greed for money, the desire for sense gratification, inclinations for increasing one's honor and false prestige, and the desire for being worshipped. These are all certainly very strong obstacles and are very difficult to overcome. But if one understands that they are all very detrimental for one's development in Krishna consciousness, one will try very enthusiastically to cast them out. So Pralambasura was a cheater. The cowherd boys, as we were previously discussing, were enjoying life together. They're laughing, they're dancing, they're playing, they're having sporting activities, they're playing games. So they divided into two, Krishna's team and Balaram's team. And the agreement was that the losers in the game would have to carry the winners on their shoulders. So Balaram's team won. And Krishna is carrying Sridham on his shoulder. Imagine the scene. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is carrying his devotee on his shoulders. He's driving the chariot of Arjuna. He's herding Nanda Maharaj's cows. He becomes a servant of his devotee. So Krishna is carrying Sridham, and Balaram was carried by this demon who took the form of a Gopa. Krishna saw that here is a demon who has entered our association. Yet, understanding what will happen, he greeted him very politically. Oh, welcome, glad to see you. Come join our fun. And the demon in the form, Pralambasura, in the form of a cowherd boy, calculated that Krishna is much too powerful. Let me try and kill this Balaram. So Balaram's team won, and he got up on the shoulders of Pralambasura, who immediately ran off to the forest with Balaram on top. And as he got farther and farther away from the cowherd boys, his real form was revealed as a ferocious demon with a mass of coppery hair and jagged, sharp teeth and black body and club. And Balaram could understand, this person wants to kill me. So he was astonished. How has this cowherd boy changed in every way? So understanding that Pralambasura wanted to kill him, Balaram just gave him a big smack in the head with his fist. And the demon began to bleed profusely. He fell down dead. And Balaram walked away. And all the cowherd boys, well done, well done. So Balaram kills Dhenukasura. He kills Pralambasura, who represents these attachments to the material world. Because these are our deep, basically, why have we come to this material world? To enjoy woman, or for woman to enjoy man. And for our name and fame, our position, our puja, labha, pratishta, our worship, our greed, our name and fame. These are all unwanted things. Devotee knows that whatever I'm destined to get in this world, in terms of sense gratification, in terms of name and fame, of material prosperity, money, home, car, all the different accoutrements of material life, they will come to me by my karma. Prabhupada said something very significant. He said, you can't get more in life than you're destined, and you can't get less. If we really understand that, how happy we become in life. I can't get more than I'm destined in life, and I can't get less. So you go about your duty as your prescribed duty, as dictated by your own karma, with a sense of detachment, with a mood of peace of mind, not this insane stress and insane struggling for more and more and more. Baramudvahato vimudhan, Bhagavatam calls it, carrying the heavy load of material life. Devotees should be free from that consciousness by understanding this simple point. You can't get more than you're destined, and you can't get less. So Bhagavatam says, Tasyaya heto prayate kovido, lalabhyate yad brahmatam uparyada, talabhyate dukkha vadanyata sukham, kalena sarvatra gabhira ranghasa. That what should one endeavor for? For a place in the material world? For dhanam janam sundarim? Bhagavatam saying, endeavor for that most highest achievement of going back home, back to Godhead. And as far as material happiness is concerned, it comes automatically, just as in due course of time we get distress. This is a very important understanding. Nobody goes to the masjid, the mandir, the gurudwara, the church, the synagogue, the different religious structures, and prays to God, please give me trouble. Please, Lord, show me your mercy. Burn down my house. Please, Lord, be kind to me. Make my business fail. Let me get some incurable, horrible disease, terminal disease. Nobody prays to God for that. But don't these things come? Doesn't misery come to our life in some degree and at some time in every single person's life? It's a fact of life. This is a world of duality. Dvandva mohina bharata. Happiness and distress. We can't avoid distress because we come to this world of duality. We want to enjoy, but by our desire to enjoy, we're obliged to accept distress. And it comes to every person. You don't have to ask for it. It comes to you. happiness comes in the same way. This is the message of Bhagavatam. Why do we struggle in life? You're going to enjoy some happiness by destiny. You're going to enjoy some distress also in different percentages by your purva punya and your purva pap, by your sukriti and by your sin. We get a substantial of happiness, substantial amount of happiness, or a substantial amount of distress by our own activities, by our karma. Why do we struggle then? Bhagavatam is saying, struggle for this thing. Struggle to go back to Godhead, the highest objective. Taldabditi dukkha vananyata sukham. This is going to come to us anyway. So struggle for this thing, for the happiness of Krishna consciousness, for eternal life. Because even you become Crorpa, you may become Mr. Mukesh Ambani or Mr. Birla or Mr. Tata or Mr. Gates or Mr. Rockefeller. You cannot hold on to it. You'll leave this world just like a beggar will leave this world with nothing. What was the meaning to all of that if you can't take it with you? We should understand this thing carefully, because the demoniac mentality teaches us exact opposite. And this is personified by this demon, Pralambasura, who thought he thought he was going to kill Balaram, but he got the business end of Balaram's fist in his head. So another demon, Dravida. Dravida was also killed. Dravida was a friend of Narakasura, also known as Bhaumasura. And his friend was Dravida, a very, very powerful ape who, because of his demoniac mentality, would pass stool and urine on the sacrificial arena. And by his powerful arms, he'd make waves in the ocean and the water and create tidal waves, inundating coastal areas, ripping up trees, destroying, wherever he went, destruction was in his path. This is his nature. So he saw Lord Balaram. See, if a devotee sees the Lord, his heart melts in ecstasy and love and prema. But the demon, they become envious. So when he saw Balaram, he threw a stone at Balaram, and a big fight ensued. They're ripping up trees and throwing trees and stones, and Balaram was just smashing everything to dust with his club and with his plow. And having such a sporting time. He's just having good sport with this demon, this little insignificant Dravida demon. And ultimately, Balaram set aside his plow, set aside his club, and just gave him a good punch. Punched him in the neck, punched him in the collarbone. The demon vomited blood and died. So, Vinashaya to Dushkritam. Balvala was a demon, same thing. He's passing stool and urine on sacrificial performances, yagyas. And Balaram finished him off for the happiness of the sages. So there's one, we're running out of time, but there's something very important I want to mention here. That Krishna and Balaram, Krishna is playing flute, and Balaram is carrying plow. This is, it's not accident. There's meaning to everything. Balaram's plow, what is a plow? What do the villagers use this plow for? For tilling the field, for creating a favorable situation in which seeds can grow. If a farmer wants to grow a profuse crop, he wants to have a successful crop, he has to plow the land. If he just throws the seeds on top of the field, the birds will come, the rats will come. Many seeds will just get baked in the sun, they'll not sprout. He'll not get a good crop. But one has to till the field and sow the seed carefully. So Balaram's plow is meant to represents our sadhana, and Krishna's flute represents our attraction for Krishna, our love of God, our prema. So both things have to exist side by side. Balaram is tilling the field of our heart, preparing our heart, removing the anarthas of our heart so that the seed of Krishna bhakti can flourish. Brahmanda brahmite kona bhagyavan jeev, Guru Krishna prasadi pai, bhakti lata bij. That this bhakti lata bij can only flourish when the anarthas, they're called upasakas. Chaitanya Charitamrita described as upasakas. When you plant something, many weeds also come up. And if they're not removed, they'll choke the original bhakti lata bij, the creeper of devotion. So Balaram's plow is meant to remove those things. The mercy of Balaram is meant to remove those upasakas, those weeds, those things that are contrary to the cultivation of pure devotional service. And when that happens, when our heart becomes clean, then we can get attraction for Krishna. If that doesn't happen, then how can we get attraction? There's qualification for bhakti. Yesham antagatam papam janamnam punya karmanam tindwanda moha nirmukta bhajanti mam dradavrataha. If we want to worship Krishna with dradavrata, with firm determination, there are qualifications. Number one, antagatam papam. One should become free from sinful life. Prabhupada characterized sinful life as 4 things. We know what they are. No illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating, no intoxication. The pillars of sinful life that are so popular in Kali Yuga. The desire for that has to be rooted out from our heart. If the bhakti lata bij, the seed of bhakti, which means attraction for Krishna, Krishna's flute song, to run to Krishna with loving intention. If that is to happen, we have to free our heart from anarthas. And this is the significance of Balaram's plow. So we pray to Balaram for spiritual strength to go on in Krishna Bhakti. We pray for his blessing to remove the anarthas that exist in our heart. And then our heart can become, the clean heart will be naturally attracted to Krishna. And the main feature of that process is to hear. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Saddha Kavanai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Koreya Uday. We want Shuddha Chitta, a pure consciousness. How does that happen? By hearing. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte. By hearing, our consciousness becomes pure, because hearing is the process for this to happen. Shrindatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shavani Kirtan Hridyan Tasto Abhadrani. Within our heart are many abhadranis: lust, greed, anger, fear, envy. Many unhappy things exist in our heart. How to get them out? Can you get them out with a scrub brush, with a towel, with a toothbrush, some soap? They're removed by the process of hearing. Shrinvatam, hearing what? Swakata Krishna, to hear about Krishna, to hear about Balaram. Therefore, the importance of classes like this, to hear about the process of bhakti, to become enthused by the process of bhakti, to become enthused by what's available by the process of bhakti, and become determined to execute the processes of bhakti. And number 1 on the list to do that is simply to hear beautiful Leela about Krishna and his associates, Krishna Balaram and Radhe Shyam. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Does anyone have any comment or question? Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you very much, Sarvadrk Prabhu. Sorry, I'm in a flight. Madhubal Prabhu, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Sarvadrk Prabhu logged out. So, yeah, Amitan Prabhu, please, at times if they don't hear or see your hands raised, just unmute yourself and let the speaker know so that they don't miss out. It seems they're disconnected. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Naman Prabhu is still in flight. Landing, or landed already, but in flight. Quick announcements. Coming Wednesday is Kamika Ekadasi, minimally fasting from grains and beans and increasing our Krishna consciousness. There will be an evening program, evening kirtan from 7 to 9 p.m. at the temple. The Parna time on Thursday Please note it down. It's very short time. 5:53 to 6:01 a.m. Less than 10 minutes. Vapana. 5:53 to 6:01 a.m. That's on August 1st. By the way, today's class in the evening will be given by Her Grace Urmila Mataji. So please attend. August 2nd evening, Friday evening, and August 3rd evening, we'll have His Holiness Haladhar Swami Maharaj giving a seminar at our temple. You all are invited. Further details will be shared. August 4th, Sunday, we have a noon class at somebody's place with His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, evening class with His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj. So, August 11th is Oak Tree Road Rath Yatra as part of India Independence Day celebration. August 18th and 19th is Brahmotsav of Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar's appearance anniversary. Lord Balram Purnima is on August 19th. Minimally fasting, fasting till noon. And Janmashtami is on August 26th and 26th. We'll be celebrating weekend in Raj on August 25 and 26, Sunday and Monday. So please prepare so that the Lord can appear right in your heart. So the entire month will have a lot of seva at the temple, cleaning the temple, painting the temple room. Been working with Shyam Sundar Prabhu that woman will be painting the temple room just as we painted the community hall. We want to also complete painting of the temple room and especially the walls where all the black spots are from the yagya. Yeah. So
Yeah. Madhupati Prabhu, can I talk regarding this? Okay. So tuning, I need your help, So we will decide, what we have to, which all we have to do, how inside, outside, in the date area. And we will discuss, voluntary, help, tonight, and the colors and everything, I will come later. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then August 27th is Srila Prabhupada Appearance Day. Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja. Okay. Anybody else has any logistics questions?
Prabhu, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he's coming on Monday. I didn't follow that.
No, it's coming on Sunday.
And Devamrita Maharaj also there, same day.
Yes. Sunday
So-
evening is Devamrita Maharaj. Sunday noon is Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj. Okay.
Prabhu, did you announce today's Urmila Mataji's?
Yeah, I did announce. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Alrighty. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Vaishnava Vijaya, Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhaya vacha patitanam pavanebhaya vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Vaishnavrinda ki jai.